Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me here again from Maurits from Memory Rugby. And today we're diving into the exciting games over this last weekend. URC kicked off with only one match, basically. The Stormers, the Vodacom Bulls. What an exciting match. Wow, it was absolutely fantastic to fantastic edge of your seat stuff, honestly. And then we're going to also walk on to the Six Nations, especially the focusing on the England versus France, probably one of the most epic clashes of the Six Nations this season. Honestly, it was a fantastic game, but all of that and a bit more coming up in just a moment. Let's get cracking. Let's kick off with the DHL Stormers versus Vodacom Bulls URC single match of this last weekend, and what a matchup it was. Vodacom Bulls showcasing their absolute skills, incredible tenacity this last weekend, and so also the DHL Stormers. Fantastic games. They could work a bit more on their ball handling, as well as have been playing them for a while, but also Yuri Mattia not doing too well this weekend. Unfortunately, missing about 4 kicks that ultimately cost the Stormers the victory this weekend, be it by 1 point. They lost only by 1 point, but which is just shows you all those points lost, absolutely crucial within a game like this. So I think focusing a bit more on specific roles within the game for different players game, and then maybe try and get some more practice in looking at where they are lacking a bit, and then trying to get focusing on those areas would definitely make it a great improvement, I think, for the Stormers and also for the Bulls. They both played absolutely fantastic. It was edge of your seat stuff. You could cut the tension with a knife, probably in the stadium and in the front rooms with everybody watching on telly. So the Vodacom Bulls proved again that they are a force to be reckoned with. Although the Stormers did not lag behind, thinking that the Vodacom Bulls, as I think about third or fourth on the log, the Stormers trailing really badly behind, I think about 10th or 11th position, but they did really well. So kudos to them. I think they can really be proud of themselves. They didn't take this one on the chin, didn't just lie down. They kept pressuring for the full 80 minutes, and I'm really proud of them for doing that. Shifting gears now, back to the Six Nations challenges from this last weekend, England versus France. And what a game it was. Clash of the Titans. I think that's probably the best word, the best phrase I can use to describe it. And yeah, that's it all, folks. That's it for me. No, absolutely not. Fantastic game. Both teams bring a lot of energy into their attack and defensive movements, keeping the ball flowing right through the attack movements from both England and France. A lot of turnover balls happening, ripping as well from different players and going into each other, and a lot of ball lost forward in contact from many teams, but there were a lot of up and overs, a lot of kicks, a lot of scrummaging happening, strategic plays by both teams. Absolutely fantastic rugby entertainment. It was an absolute pleasure to watch it. England, coming up victorious, and this one really showing their skill in wrestling the victory away from France, although there was a lot of times when the English coaching box was absolutely gnawing at the seams of their seats as France is areas of the field. A lot of up and overs, getting through and then scoring a try. I think it was Daly basically scoring the last try for England, bringing them within the 2-point victory over France just in the nick of time. And it just absolutely made for fantastic rugby to watch that entire game. From beginning to end, it was nail-biting, absolutely. But speaking of England versus France, let's talk about some comments that stirred the pot a bit over the weekend. Rassie Erasmus, Springbok coach, and then being backed up by a retired referee from Wales, Nigel Owens. on taking a swing at World Rugby once again. And they specifically talk about the ball in play. Rassie Erasmus caught saying that, if I can call it up here, I just would like to read it for you, and I quote, England versus France had 83 kicks in play, 15 scrums and only 36 minutes ball in play. Yet it was one of the more exciting games the Six Nations had had in a while. If you did not watch the game, most will say those numbers and stats won't create excitement. And they're right. Rugby is in great shape at the moment, in my opinion. Lekker. Absolutely, fantastically, 100% correct. Couldn't have stated it better myself. That is, of course, backed up by Welsh referee Nigel Owens, retired now, but absolutely a legend in his own right. And basically go ahead and responding to Rassie saying, I agree. I've always said that high ball in play times does not make a rugby game better, as you have rightly pointed out. Too much tinkering with the laws and an obsession to let the game flow at all costs will take away from the game, not enhance it. The proof is in the pudding. So that, of course, coming off of recent statements made by Brett Robinson from World Rugby this last, I think, week or so, where he's addressed certain key aspects of the game and specific fan comment. And I quote there is not enough ball in play, too much senseless kicking, and we're not promoting teams to attack. What? We see a lot of changes happening in the rules and tinkling with the laws, as Nigel Owens has rightfully pointed out, especially taking away the scrummaging option from free kicks, and then also the goal line dropout of ball being held up in the goal line, in the goal box. And that's just, how does that promote ball in play and the flow of the game? As Rassie has pointed out, quite rightly so, that we've had now a game with so many scrummaging and a lot of kicking, which I think Brent Robinson says is absolutely senseless, that leans to strategic movements of the players around the field like chess pieces on a board. As you set up the play, you set up the attacks, you absolutely gun for a strategic defense and attack movements, and to try and outwit your opponents. And that makes for exciting rugby. We want that brutality, we want the brute force, but we also want the strategic kicks, the cerebral rugby being played by guys like Finn Smith, guys like Ramos. They're playing fantastic rugby, thinking when they're playing on their feet as they keep the ball movement, but also get the up and overs, the cross kicks, going to absolutely make the game more exciting than basically retracting from it. Then Brett Robinson goes on and says, we have increased ball in play time by 3 minutes by introducing some of those changes. Wow! 3 minutes. It goes on to say there's still some things that frustrates us, but that is a massive improvement. Now, I'm sorry, please, somebody call the Oxford Dictionary, editors of the Oxford Dictionary, where massive has been recaled to 3 minutes. Brett, sorry, but I think you really need to revisit your definition of massive. And I think the epic clash between England and France this weekend has it's proven you wrong, mate. Stop focusing and obsessing about ball in play, about free flow and movement of the ball and of rugby, and let's just get back to the grassroots of what really makes rugby great. Strategic play, kicking, scrummaging. A lot of people, I think it was Tim from Egg Chasers that recently also, I think about 4 days ago, posted a video about this very topic. And he speaks about how scrummaging is what makes rugby. It's a huge part of the game. It's a huge part of the excitement of the game. You're going to a scrum. You win over a turnover ball through penalty. You win field by kicking it downfield into touch. That becomes your ball again. Now you go into a line out, rolling more, and you score you basically you pull more of the defenders into the maul to try and stop it. Then you go wide with the ball. And that's how you win games. That's what makes excitement. To constantly just try and go and obsess about free flow, and you can just hit the the game into a hole between forwards, just going into a brick wall the whole time. It just makes for boring rugby playing, and I really don't agree with World Rugby on this one. We need to get back to the grassroots of rugby, and I fully agree with Rassie and referee Nigel Owens, 100%. What do you think? Are we losing sight of the game? Do you think the changes have been made good? I will agree. Some of the law changes has been made is more beneficial to the game, because safety is a thing. We do need safety of the players, especially since rugby has moved more into the professional side of sport, and we do need it. So player safety is important, but let's not restrict the game so much that we literally kill the spirit of the game and the excitement for all the fans. But drop your thoughts in the comments field below and let me know what it happens. I always love reading your guys' comments. I can't always respond to it, as I'm quite busy in my own life, and I have a lot of things to do on and off the camera. But that's all for my recap for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That really helps with the algorithm for me as well. But also, we're coming back to this weekend. That is promising to be quite an exciting lineup. We have, first of all, Ospreys versus Leinster on the 14th of Feb, alongside Edinburgh going up against Zebra. Then we have on the 15th, the Stormers squaring up against the Lions, the Bulls heading head-to-head with the Sharks, and then Munster and Scarlets clashing over there against themselves, and then Benetton are also ready to flex their muscles towards one another as well. But yeah, catch me next time on next week on NBA Rugby, when I will be recapping those games, a lot of those games as well, and joining me with a cold one in hand, as we will be watching these games over the weekend. Keep yourself safe and take care of your loved ones as well. And then, yeah, hope to see you next time. Peace out.